Today we'll be discussing whether men and women can remain platonic friends forever. क्या एक लड़का और एक लड़की सिर्फ दोस्त हो सकते हैं?
Well, it's a very, very questionable question, I would say.
A big question. Namita, I don't know if you know, but Sunday is National Friendship Day. August 6th is a day. Yeah, August 6th is a day to celebrate the bond and love you have with friends.
For me, all days are friendship days anyway, so it doesn't matter to me.
Now, to be honest, for me, this is a load of crap, guys. Celebrate your loved ones and your friends whenever the hell you want. Don't let a Hallmark or Archie's initiated celebration decide when to go out and bond with your friends. But coming on this topic of friendships, it made me think about all my close friends. Most importantly, it made me think about how the definition of friendships and especially best friends has changed with time, right? Like when you're young, what you think of a best friend. And as you get older, it's about a confidant. It's about someone you can communicate with. But this debate, this amazing debate of whether men and women can be platonic still comes up, right? Even now. And I would think at least by now, haven't we all accepted that men and women can be best friends?
Can we? Cannot be. Well, Simrit, this is a debate for the ages. And now more than ever, this doesn't seem possible. I'm of this firm mindset that men and women can try to be platonic friends, but only with buffers in between. When we are, when we are growing up, there was a natural division between boys playing with girls and girls playing with boys, and then the puberty hit. We became so aware of each other. So, there was a segregation, and especially when we become aware of our own sexuality, things change and we tend to naturally stay away unless there is a possible romantic relationship. Isn't it?
I don't agree with you here. Oh my God, guys, we're having an actual debate. I don't get it. I grew up weird. I think I was always great friends with boys. And I've mentioned this before. I only recently, like 10 years ago, started making some amazing female friends.
Me too. And even me too. But I still feel there has to be a buffer. That is what has always been there, and even today. So I don't know, but yeah,
that's true. Even in female bonds, I need a buffer to stay with my female friends. They drive me crazy. I mean, I think I'm actually fully aware. I mean, it's just not just me that my friends and me were not ever sexually inclined. Most of my BFFs, right? Nor romantically inclined towards each other. We'd hang out, go out, study together, go drinking, go partying. And we were really comfortable with each other. We'd give advice on dating and stuff like this back in the day, of course. In fact, for me, I always thought I was much more relaxed and, less stressed to be surrounded by my guy friends. No drama, no bitchiness.
Yeah,
no extreme
female stuff is really irritating. I know.
But having said this, I'm going to correct myself right here. Now with age, men hit andropause as well, just like women hit going there. So, I mean, I have to retract with that. But yeah, growing up, my male BFFs were still amazing.
I do understand that. In fact, I agree that it is a lot more relaxing to be with friends with guys because there's a tendency of this competition and jealousy when women hang out together in groups, but the truth is that no matter which society you live in, people start putting doubts in your head. Society is always skeptical of the friends of the opposite sex. Are you sure he doesn't have things for you? Or they'll ask how come nothing ever happened between us? You guys are so close, you know each other so much. It's a good chemistry. And then it might also, you must be hiding something. Maybe it'll come out later, It makes friendship quite awkward to have to deal with these rumors. And when you get married, we don't want our spouses to deal with those rumors or get those doubts. So we slowly, back off and become hopefully good friends or maybe not best friends for sure. What do you say?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but now let's talk about today. Doesn't this belief, which you're talking about, come from an era where it was difficult to understand these relationships? I remember my dad, and he still.
I would not deny that. I would just not deny that. Absolutely. That has
Yeah, and so my dad still says this to me, like when now I'm married now, and my son's growing up and whatever, and he was talking about all my male friends, and they come over, and and how it is, and he goes, but even he still stands. He says no one from his era can understand these friendships where you guys hung out so much, but weren't romantically involved. You say you like each other, but you don't want to, and you want to party, but you don't want to go date each other, like. Yeah. So then he said, like, but now I get it, like, because when our parents were growing up, and maybe many of us from traditional homes, the only way to get close to a girl or a boy or opposite sex was romantically, right? It wasn't like, oh, I really just want to be friends with you. And in fact, in India, they say when they say we want to be friends with you, it used to mean that they want to date you, right? Exactly. There was no such thing as platonic friends, right?
Yeah.
And gender roles were way more defined. So like my mom, who was after marriage, went to Canada, came back, and she's businessman's wife, but she can never imagine having a male friend or going out for coffee with a male friend. Like she's like, no, that's weird. Like, what do you mean? How can I go out with that uncle? I'm like, Dad's not here to take. Are you crazy? Like, are you actually nuts? I can't do. I was like, wow. I mean, you guys have known each other. These dads. But no, it's weird for them. Now we study and work with men and women. We go out for coffee, drinks, activities with friends who we share an interest with. Like if somebody's going for a walk and you want to go you're like, hey, why don't I tag along? No question of, my spouse I need to ask him or need to ask her. Irrespective of the gender, there's, I think there's a cultural shift and a societal shift. So it should be more acceptable. This is my opinion.
Well, okay, so it may be more acceptable, especially when there are so many cross-sex friendships. But when you become best friends, people hang out. That's what, in general, they go for holidays together, just as friends, so much communication. They confide in each other completely and do you think this sexual attraction naturally happens? And even, especially these Bollywood or Hollywood, they kind of just screw your mind where, two friends, and automatically you get feelings for each other. Like, oh my God, this whole bullshit is coming from there. Dimag kharab kar dete. Oh, I think if agar wo meri friend, if there's a dialogue, agar wo meri friend nahi ho sakti, to meri partner kaise ho sakti hai? Best friend would be the best partner. So it's like you look for friends in your better halves, and that kind of shit. That's what it is coming from.
Yeah, I mean, there's a joke that Meg Ryan and what's his name? Billy. When Harry Met Sally, right? Billy.
Yes.
So they messed it up. Billy Crystal, right? So they messed it up, right? Like the guys and girls over a couple of decades, no, they have to be involved. So I mean, okay. So as someone who's had many, many male best friends, I mean, like I've always had male best friends, and I don't think it's as big as an issue that Hollywood and Bollywood make it to be. As adults, we're constantly exposed to many people. And even when there's an attraction or flirtation, or you go out for drinks and something seems slightly inappropriate, it's up to you how you walk away, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Even, there happens that, no, I mean, it just happened with pick up moment. Then later on, you realize, oh my God, I was so wrong, But then the friendship is already ruined. By that time, the friendship is.
But it doesn't get ruined. Because between opposite sex best friends, the friendship normally is so strong that, you fight. This thing could happen, and like nothing is, I mean, to each, but as long as nothing happens in there, you feel a little sick because you're emotional. You just walk away. You're like, no, there's no need for infidelity. You wouldn't want to jeopardize the relationship if you're strong enough friends, right? Even in male, female, in same-sex friends, there comes a point where you're almost like it's too much, and then you know when to back off, correct? It's similar. I mean, that whole sexual tension, it doesn't need to ruin anything. In my mind, as long as you have partners, loyalty, like, you go to a bar, you're checking out a girl. Do you need to come home and tell her? You can talk about it with your partner, as long as you know what line you have to draw. Loyalty doesn't ever waver because of opportunity. That's my strong belief. Opportunities will be everywhere, guys. Having opposite sex BFFs has a lot of benefits for women. You feel secure with a male friend. You're like, if somebody is hitting on you, you're like, this is so stupid. You have a male friend who knows how important your marriage is too, or your partnership or dating, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. So you get a man's point of view. And of course, there's less drama. So I think this is not about opportunity. Even if it was there, you know how to walk away.
Yeah.
You can get great to the point advice if you need it, and none of the riffraff in the middle, which girls, I'm all for male.
The problem is that sometimes some people don't see when to walk away and how to walk away. That's where the whole complication happens. Anyway, but I still
The
think,
friendship is not strong enough in my mind. The friendship is strong enough.
well, I don't, it depends on person to person. Anyway, I think we're coming up to this debate discussion on this topic more. But, I also feel, this cross-gender best friend relationship, men can be the ones who feel more attraction towards the women. But they're also ones who benefit more because the way women can emotionally support or a male friend, a male cannot. And women can discuss feelings and opinions.
That's actually a study out on it. You're right. There's a study out on that.
So, the blunder happens mainly from the male side. And if it happens. So this is
hey, don't fuck it up, man.
Yeah. And, so women can discuss feelings, opinions, and thoughts, which lacks in the same-sex male relationship, male friendship. So a friendship of opposite sex probably benefits men more. It benefits women. I mean, I feel that, and then you mentioned there's a study, so somehow could
there is a study. There is actually a study.
Okay.
All great points of view, guys. So have we come to a conclusion? Namita has her conclusion. I have mine. Male-female relationships are awesome. Opposite sex friendships are amazing. My male best friends have enriched my life, taught me so much, and I can be myself with them. So for me, there's no filters. I love it. In order to have that great gender best friend, according to Namita, check your feelings at the door. Exactly. Understand that this is a thing in friendships, and whatever is good in a friendship may not work out well in romantic relationships. So don't mess this up. And always remember, communication is the best way to address any feeling or attraction. And then let it go.
Yes, communication. Well, that's always been our mantra, communication. Yeah,
also communication. But also, guys, so no gyan, no lecture. It's up to you guys what you want to do, and everything is fine these days. But also being faithful to your partner is about your own character, not anyone else's. So when you have these friendships, it's about the friendship and how you can go to somebody. Why would you want to mess that up?
Absolutely. Well, that's all on Talk today, but we look forward to hearing from you all. So if there's anything that you guys like about your show, do let us know in the comment section, or you can email us at hello@talktoustoday.com and let your friends know where to find us. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to stay notified of our new videos every Friday at 6 p.m. Also, guys, we are on Spotify. So with the same name, Talk Today. So check us out on Spotify as well. And don't forget to follow us there. Thanks for joining us on Talk Today. Remember,
talk about Talk Today.
Yes. Yeah. Keep smiling.
Keep laughing.
And keep talking.
Keep talking. Bye, guys. Thank you for joining us. See you next Friday.
See you.